Alright, in this video I'm going to give a little brief tour of the Arizona LaserChron Center. Got our little chemical safety warning. It's a clean lab, which means I have to wear these Crocs. It's not the best, but gets the job done. So coming into the lab here, this is our big kid's toy over here, and I'm going to briefly describe how it works and show you some examples of how we maneuver the laser, and then talk briefly about what the heck we're actually trying to accomplish here. This is the laser here. So there's these trays in here. There's 9 of them. We call them pucks. Each puck has hundreds of zircon crystals and some control samples. And what we do is we blast them with an ultraviolet laser. It's called ablation. Turns them into the fine particles. And we mix them with helium, so there's sort of a vortex in there. Uses the Venturi effect to scoop that stuff up, shoots it through this blue tube. We mix it with argon here, and send that solution into this plasma chamber. And what takes place in there is it's heated up to about 6,000 degrees. All the ions separate, and we shoot it through this tube. So this is called a mass spectrometer, the way it works. You have this stream of ions, shoot it through the tube. There's some very large magnets, and what the magnets do is they deflect the particles. The amount of deflection is dependent on the mass of the particles. And once they're separated out, so we fine-tuned this thing for the particles we're interested in this case it's hafnium, we have these ion counters, and these actually count how many times they get hit by the different particles we're interested in. This is the good old command post here, and what we're doing here is I'm going through all these samples. Now the red ones, they have had uranium lead isotope dating done on them. In this case we're going to go back through some of the hand-picked ones. I'm actually on this one here, 37. So you can see the circles, those are the ones that have already been blasted for the uranium analysis. This is 37 right here, and I sort of center in this laser, type in the name, so this is 37, start the run. So the run takes a second, and basically what's going to happen is we're going to shoot a ultraviolet laser at this crystal here. So here's the slide. So remember those 9 little slides I showed you over there? Okay, so we have this live video, which is kind of cool, and we can zoom in on our little baby sample. Why is that not centered? Strange. Okay, got that all figured out. Okay, so yeah, basically what's going to happen, we're going to zap this thing with the laser. Here it goes. Now it looks like it's flashing, but it's actually flashing way faster than that. We just can't see it with the frame rate of the camera. So this thing shoots 470 shots in a little burst, and it does 7 of those bursts a second. So it's very rapidly burst firing at this zircon here and ablating it. To give you an idea of the scale, the little tiny circle, that red circle, that has a diameter of 50 micrometers. So this is pretty tiny. And okay, so why are we doing this? Well, here are all the zircons. These are control samples. So what do I mean by that? I mean these have been processed by people all over the world. And they've been found to give a very reliable hafnium isotope signature. So these are our samples here. We have to go through every 25 shots and check these samples to calibrate our device. And the point of all this is we get this ratio right here, and these are curves of age versus that ratio. The red line is depleted mantle, and this is the age. So our samples are right about in this range, and they plot right down here. They plot quite low, way below the depleted mantle. And this line right here would be sort of a chondritic sample. And so since we're plotting from the depleted mantle, these are probably very evolved crustal samples. And they've probably been reworked a bunch of times, which has depleted them of hafnium. And just to show you the end result of an ablation, I mean, this one is just basically totally destroyed. Here's one that I did earlier. So you can see these are the old shots from a while back, and this is my new shot. You get these rings around it. Those are just a thermal effect, changing the refractive index of the zircon locally. And yeah, that's basically in a nutshell what I've been doing here. Hope you enjoyed my video.